Hello and welcome to Stephanie B Creativity. This is vlog post or podcast number 2. I am Stephanie. I live in the Pacific Northwest and I am married. My husband and I have been in our house for over 30 years. Wow. Over 30 years in this house. Amazing. And that's why things can be a little chaotic behind me. This is my working studio. I am a professional artist and knit, crochet, embroider, draw, paint. Everything goes on in this space. So let's get started on some of the things that I'm kind of proud of. I've actually got finished objects. I have been making a lot of things on my knitting machine. Because on my knitting machines, you know, you get one, you get another one, you get two more. It's kind of an addiction right at the moment. Or maybe it's a compulsion to buy more. I'm not sure. What is it? But I have tons of hand knitting needles also and crochet hooks. So I find it very fun to use all the tools. And right now, my focus has been on the knitting machine. First up is my Raglan sweater. This is finished with a crocheted edging along here. I think I am probably going to be doing at least one more row of crochet to kind of tighten up this neckline just a little bit. It's a little loose, but this was done all knitted on my 48 needle circular knitting machine. Raglan style. Now, you know, it's done in pieces, shaped. I have a video out on how I made this and how you can make it too if you want to. It's a free video, free pattern. All of the information is down below in the more information box, the description, and it is, show notes, whatever you want to call it. Let's move on to the other part of this. The very first sweater that I did with this pattern is in a lighter weight yarn. It's more like a t-shirt, and I am going to be making more of this. I want to get your suggestions for what type of yarn would you suggest for a lightweight summer t-shirt. I think I want to go with maybe a superwash merino in a fingering weight and do it on my do it by hand on my hand needles, but I also want to try doing maybe doubled fingering weight through my knitting machine. I think I want to try for 100% merino type wool, very, fine, to give you that self-cleaning property of the wool. I'm excited to try, but this was the first of my Raglan sweater or Raglan t-shirt. This was the second, so I have 2 sweaters finished, and then I've got a ton of toys, like that little guy back there, my little Quacker. This little guy was all knit on my circular knitting machines. This was done on a 22 needle machine. Just what it is. That's how I made it. You could do this on needles if you wanted to. It was all knit. The body was all knit in 2 panels that were mattress stitched together, and the color changes were done on the panels. So I had to line up my panels, stay consistent. I used this sort of sagey green color, and this reddy orange came out of the bonus bundle size Mandala by Lion brand, and it's a number 3 weight yarn, 100% acrylic. Then I used the Red Heart for the white, and this is just Red Heart Super Saver worsted number 4 weight white. Then the brown is the it's the Heartland in the Sequoia colorway. I love this multicolored color, this multi-brown, because it really gives a nice effect here. But look at that. I've already recorded the video. I have to edit it, but I've got everything recorded, ready to edit and post this little mallard. If anybody is interested, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are finding value in my channel and in my videos and in my content, because, you know, I am working towards my 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to the 675 subscribers that have already joined my channel. I appreciate you being here. I love that we are building a community of people who are so welcoming and so charming, actually. I am just over the moon with this community. So this is little Quacker, and he will be up on my channel, and hopefully I will start getting some of these done as blog posts on my website also. My website is deliberately-creative.com, and that's my I've been doing drawing and painting on there. I'm going to start getting my crochet, knitting, and embroidery on there. So it's all being creative, right? So there we go. I have another project that I have recorded for this little house. Look at that. Isn't this sweet? Just a little house. And it's the perfect thing to have on your desk or in your knitting basket for dropping things into, like your stitch markers and your darning needles and your smaller crochet hooks. Look at that. It is soft. It is smushy. It would make an awesome little toy to put in somebody's imaginative play box. You know, I like things like this for in the toy box that I keep at my house for when kids come over. There's some quiet toys that they can play with. Not everything has to have batteries in it. So video coming for that, already recorded. This was actually done in tubes, but flattened to make them as panels. And then the shaping is done after the tubes are made. So they're just straight tubes. You can do this with regular knitting needles also. You're not limited. If something is being done on a machine, you're not limited. You can even do the panels, the tubes, and flatten them as panels on your round hand looms like this. I do not discriminate against any type of crafter, knitter, crocheter, artist. Whatever you want to call yourself, you're welcome here. This is my SnowBonnet kitten. I have not done a video on this, but look at this little guy. This one is a pattern that I'm going to write up and do one more time. But this is SnowBonnet, and she is such a sweetie. This is the a velvet yarn, Bernat velvet. I did a tube that was the body and the head all together. And then I did little tubes for the legs, the tail, and the arms. And those were all attached. Now the arms are attached the way I like to do it, with the string hinge, basically. There we go. From shoulder to shoulder like this. It also gives you body shaping that way. Then we have patches. And patches, you can make patches based off of the next one that I'm going to show you. But patches is done in 2 long tubes that are mattress stitched together on the front and the back, gathered at the neck, and the head is not stitched shut all the way at the top. You leave however long of ears you want and stitch the tubes together right there. And you stitch the tubes together to make the legs. The arms are separate tubes that were created, and again, stitch through through each of the shoulders, stitch through and pulled nice and tight so the arms can move. Oh my. Now the legs, I stuff lightly across the hip joint basically so that they can bend more easily like that. But I don't stitch all the way across. Now I did try that out. I did try out stitching across, and I'll show you that on the next finished object. And he was done with Red Heart Super Saver Latte Stripe on the Addi 22 needle knitting machine. You could do it with a Centaur 22 needle. And on my next vlog podcast, I will be talking about a new crank gear that I have coming, and I'm going to be recording, installing it into my little Centaur 22 needle machine because it's supposed to make it so that the gear doesn't skip. I'm so looking forward to that. If it works, the combination of price of the original 22 needle Centaur machine and this upgrade part would still keep it under $55 or $60 for a 22 needle knitting machine. So we'll see. The next podcast I'll be talking about that and showing some video on installing it. Then we have Blue Bunny and Spring Bunny. All right. Spring Bunny pattern and video are already up on this channel, so check it out. This is Blue Bunny. Blue Bunny was my prototype, and I did do the stitching across to make it so he could sit more easily. I think that's cool, but I don't really care for the look so much when it is in the kind of standing upright. I like the look of this better. Spring Bunny. Spring Bunny has that more trim leg look. There we go. So Spring Bunny and Blue Bunny, they're from the same pattern. It's just the way it was stitched. And it's just different yarn. So Blue Bunny is a little bit taller. And that was because Blue Bunny was done with the Red Heart Super Saver ombre. And this is the navy colorway. Super, super cute. This one, Spring Bunny, was done with the Lion Brand Wool Ease, and it's a slightly smaller diameter yarn, so the actual bunny is a little bit smaller. But these were done 2 long tubes from the tip of the ear to the tip of the toes. 2 tubes, 1, 2, stitched down to here, stitched down to here. And then separated for the legs to be stitched together, and separated so that the ears are right here. So cute. My same thing that I do my little hinged arms. It does give that nice shaping to the body. So you're basically sculpting these little guys by cinching it in. There's a drawstring across the top of the head. There's a drawstring in the middle that get put in. Fun. And I learned so much in the making of these. These guys are all made from the same basic pattern. You just use a shorter tube for the ears, head, body, legs on the bear. I will do a video specifically on the bear so that we can see how the ears are made. But, you know, I mean, I think a lot of you can figure this out all on your own. And if you need help, let me know in the comments below. My little turtle pattern is here on YouTube. And this one is so soft and squishy. It's made with 2 tubes that are discs. These were done on the 48 needle knitting machine, and then the head and legs and tail were all done on the 22 needle machine. I developed this pattern and I'm so excited because I've seen people actually making this now and sharing their sharing what they've done. And I love seeing that because it is a free pattern. People can make whatever they want to make, you know? But my very first one, I sold. Almost instantly, it was sold to one of my husband's friends whose child has a turtle. This one is now my second one. Red Heart Super Saver yarn for this is the favorite stripe, and then just the Super Saver black. The green is actually Lion Brand Wool Ease for the turtle green body parts. And this one I went in and I put the little, here, let's straighten his little leg out and bend. Look at that. You can use the dollar store bendy curlers to give shape to the legs. Look at that. There's no stuffing in these legs. They are just double layer fabric or double layer knit with the little foamy roller, twisty rollers inside. So this is my little rainbow turtle, and the pattern is up on YouTube. All of the things that I'm showing that have patterns are going to be listed in the show notes, and links are up here also in the iCards. So I have a couple whips. My first whip is this blanket. It's a crocheted blanket that I'm working on. So this blanket is being made with the Lion Brand Mandala yarn in the Centaur. It is my own pattern. I started in the middle tangle, and then I turned and went up one side and then around and then down, and I'm working back and forth in bands. So here, let me step up a little closer so you can see how this is on the corner. Maybe there you go. See how this is being worked back and forth in bands. And I just change directions when I feel like it. So if I was to be taking this right now, right here from this corner, I could turn it and start working my way across this way and start building up my row going across. This is a really pretty stitch pattern. Super, super simple stitch pattern. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? A toe-up sock being done on number 2 needles. And it's being made with the Stroll by Knit Picks. And this is the colorway Sprinkle Heather. So my goal is to get these both socks made. They're just a standard vanilla sock cast on at the toe, increased up the sides, you know, standard vanilla sock. This is another sock that started a lot smaller at the toe and then increased across. It's a gusset and heel flap type of heel. This is for my husband. And unfortunately, I don't know what this yarn is anymore. I know it's a superwashed merino sock wool, and that's all I remember because this was cast on probably a year and a half or 2 years ago. Also, it's really close to being done. I just have to go. I've already turned everything, and I'm just starting the ribbing to go up the leg. I'm not doing anything fancy. I like the relaxing nature of a plain vanilla sock, where once you get past the couple little tricky bits, you know, when you're increasing for the gusset and you know, going across to the heel flap, when you're, you know, oh my gosh, I love casting on toe-up socks though, because when you're casting on just those few stitches that get cast on, and then you start doing your increases. Oh, I love it. I would love to just cast on socks. I should have cast on a couple more stitches to make it a little bit broader or a little bit flatter across the toe for my husband. I will match my sock though. So be looking for that. I'm talking about it on here so that it gives me some accountability. I need accountability. I need something that's like, oh, I told them I would try and have these socks off the needles by the next podcast. My podcasts, I'm thinking, are going to be every 2 to 3 weeks for right now. I had been doing my other YouTube channel for so long, and it really wasn't conducive for me to do a podcast on that channel. I want to do one on here. I need to get sort of rolled into it. Oh my goodness gracious, my microphone has been way up there and away. I hope that you've been able to hear all of that. Anyhow, so those are my 2 pairs of socks, works in progress. I hope to have the crocheted blanket completed probably in the next day or so. I think I'm going to probably be going and just turning on some music and crocheting away and get it done. I have some new yarn that I just ordered. Part of it is a mystery pack, and part of it was like an end of season sale. I haven't opened it yet. I just received this in the mail, but I want to open up this bag. It's Aunt Jenny Makes on Etsy, and like I said, I haven't even cut the tape yet. So let's shake it down. I love this bag though. I might need to save it for doing some type of project with. So we're gonna just slide it out. Thank you for supporting my business. Ooh. So it looks like she included some little skein charm type of things. Let's see if I can get that to open. I'm planning on making, so while I'm struggling to get this open, I am planning on making some project bags or buying some project bags to get my socks out of plastic Ziploc bags. So if anybody has suggestions for project bags that aren't too expensive, or patterns for project bags, because I actually do sew. So let's see here. Aunt Jenny, oh, that's so pretty. There's this lovely little stitch marker with, I don't know if it's glass or little stones, but oh, that is so pretty. Thank you, Jenny. So Aunt Jenny Makes hand-dyed yarn and fiber goodies. Some yarn, I mean some tea. Ooh, I like that. This is I Love You Superwash Sock Fingering. And oh, that's just really, really cute. I like those colors. All right, so I believe, see, one of these packages is 2 50-gram skeins of sock yarn that was her like end of season sale, and I chose the colors. The other one is a sock yarn mystery pack that I didn't get to specifically choose which colors they were. I think that's this one. So I'm going to go and look at this first. Oh, those are pretty. So this is Rosebud. It's Eco Sock fingering yarn. It's 50% recycled wool and 50% tencel. Ooh. That's nice. I like when things are slightly variegated like that. Not tweedy, but slightly variegated. The second one here is the Blue Jay, and it's the same Eco Sock, 50-50 recycled wool tencel, 50 grams, hand dyed. Both of them are hand dyed. This one's just wrapped up a lot tighter. Something I'm noticing on this one is that it has this really pretty, it's kind of a, oh gosh, it's this sheen to it from the tencel, and it has these lovely brighter blue sections and these deeper dark gray blue sections and almost a purpley gray in here. Oh, that is pretty. So yeah, I love yarn. I love knitting. I love playing with yarn. Look at that. Ooh, those are pretty together. So now this one is my mystery. So I don't know what colors. All I did was ask if she could, whatever colors she sent in the mystery, could she, they didn't have to match any of the colors that I already bought, but I asked if they could coordinate, where if I wanted to go and do some funky stripy socks or do some type of pattern where I wanted some more of her yarn to do this type of project or that type of project. So we're going to see what she sent. Oh. So this is Eco Sock. So she sent me the same base as these. Look at that. This has the same pinky purple that this is. So this is called Night Sky. That is, wow. It does. It looks like it's a back and forth. Like this is mostly the purple with a touch of the blue and gray. This is mostly blue and gray with a touch of the purple. And then this, so I don't know what the name of this color, this really pretty blue is. But again, it's another variegated, hand-dyed colorway. Oh, I am, wow, over the moon. Look at those pretty yarns. How many yards? I've got 400 yards of that. I've got 384 yards of this, and then the little accents. So pretty. I am excited to get started playing. I need to finish that blanket. So I think to finish that blanket so I can get started playing with all of these pretty yarns. You know, when you start back into a hobby, you want to get a few pretty things to sort of spark you back into it. Yeah, there's a dopamine hit from buying fun, pretty yarns, but there's also when I start a new sock and I'm casting it on and the toe is growing and it starts going up the foot and I'm like, yes, I need to do that. I want that. That is the part that I want. I want that. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you got some value out of my rambling. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share this podcast with the world. And I'll see you again soon. Remember, do something creative, take care of yourself, and be kind out there. We'll see you soon. Bye.